Have you ever wondered how this can change your life? Stick around to find out. In a world dominated by noise and constant chatter, the idea of silence as a source of power may seem counterintuitive. Yet, Friedrich Nietzsche, the influential philosopher, offers profound insights that challenge conventional wisdom. Nietzsche's philosophy revolves around the concept of the will to power, which is often misunderstood as mere dominance or aggression. In reality, it speaks to a deeper understanding of strength, control, and influence. The silent trick that Nietzsche refers to is not about avoiding conflict, but mastering the art of engagement. When we engage in arguments, we often find ourselves caught in a cycle of emotional reactions driven by the need to prove ourselves right. This instinctual response can lead to a loss of control, where our emotions dictate our actions instead of our rational thoughts. Nietzsche argues that true power lies in the ability to remain calm and composed, to choose when to engage and when to hold back. Silence, in this context, becomes a strategic tool rather than a sign of weakness. It allows individuals to observe the dynamics of a conversation without being drawn into the emotional turmoil that often accompanies debates. By practicing silence, one can gain a clearer understanding of the motivations and vulnerabilities of others. This insight is invaluable in any interaction, whether personal or professional. Consider a heated discussion where both parties are eager to assert their viewpoints. In such situations, the one who reacts emotionally often reveals their weaknesses, while the one who remains composed holds the upper hand. This is the essence of Nietzsche's philosophy. The ability to control one's reactions is a form of mastery over oneself and the situation. Furthermore, silence creates space for reflection. When we pause before responding, we give ourselves the opportunity to think critically about our words and their potential impact. This pause can shift the entire tone of a conversation, allowing for a more thoughtful and impactful exchange. Nietzsche's teachings remind us that power is not merely about winning arguments, it is about influencing outcomes and shaping perceptions. By mastering the silent trick, we can navigate the complexities of human interaction with greater ease and effectiveness. The next time you find yourself in a disagreement, remember that silence can be your ally. It is not a retreat, but a strategic maneuver that positions you for success. Embrace the power of silence, and you may find that you wield more influence than you ever thought possible. As we delve deeper into Nietzsche's philosophy, it becomes evident that silence is not just about refraining from speaking. It is also about the art of observation. In our fast-paced world, we often rush to express our opinions, drowning out the voices of those around us. However, Nietzsche teaches us that true power lies in the ability to listen and observe. When we embrace silence, we create an opportunity to absorb the nuances of a conversation. This involves paying attention not only to the words being spoken, but also to the body language, tone, and emotional undercurrents that accompany them. Observing these subtleties allows us to grasp the underlying motivations and feelings of others, which can be incredibly revealing. For instance, in a business meeting, while colleagues may present their ideas confidently, it is often the unsaid words, the hesitations, the shifts in posture, the fleeting expressions that reveal their true sentiments. By remaining silent and attentive, we can identify the strengths and weaknesses in their arguments, giving us a strategic advantage. Nietzsche emphasizes the importance of understanding the dynamics of power in any interaction. Those who speak the loudest are not always the most powerful. Often it is the quiet observer who holds the key to influence. This principle applies not only to personal relationships, but also to leadership and negotiations. Leaders who listen actively and observe their team members foster an environment of trust and respect. They can gauge the morale of their team, understand their concerns, and respond appropriately. This approach not only enhances their effectiveness as leaders, but also cultivates loyalty and collaboration within their teams. Moreover, the act of observing while remaining silent fosters a sense of mindfulness. In a culture that often glorifies busyness and constant activity, taking a step back to observe can be transformative. It allows us to reflect on our own thoughts and feelings, leading to greater self-awareness. Nietzsche's philosophy encourages us to harness this self-awareness as a source of strength. By understanding our own motivations and triggers, we can navigate interactions with greater clarity and purpose. In essence, the silent trick of observation empowers us to become more attuned to the world around us. It enables us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, enhancing our ability to influence outcomes. As we continue to explore Nietzsche's teachings, let us remember that silence is not a void. It is a space filled with potential. By mastering the art of observation, we unlock the door to deeper connections, greater understanding, and ultimately, more significant power in our interactions. In the realm of human interaction, the concept of strategic withdrawal is a powerful tool that Nietzsche advocates. This idea revolves around the notion that stepping back can often yield greater influence than relentless engagement. In a society that often equates constant participation with strength, Nietzsche challenges this perspective by highlighting the benefits of knowing when to retreat. Strategic withdrawal is not an act of cowardice. Rather, it demonstrates self-control and wisdom. When faced with conflict, many people feel compelled to assert their opinions loudly and frequently. However, this approach can lead to escalation and defensiveness, ultimately undermining the potential for productive dialogue. By choosing to withdraw, one can create space for reflection and reassessment. This pause allows both parties to cool down and reconsider their positions, paving the way for a more constructive conversation later. Nietzsche's philosophy teaches us that true power lies in the ability to choose our battles wisely. Not every disagreement warrants a full frontal assault. Sometimes the most effective strategy is to step back and observe the situation from a distance. This distance provides clarity, enabling us to assess the motivations and emotions at play without being clouded by our own reactions. Consider a heated family discussion, where emotions run high. In such moments, the individual who chooses to remain silent and withdraw temporarily often holds the upper hand. This person can later return to the conversation with a clearer mind, equipped with insights gained during the withdrawal. The ability to step back also signals confidence. It conveys to others that you are not desperate for validation or approval. Instead, you are secure in your beliefs and willing to allow the conversation to unfold naturally. This confidence can disarm opponents and foster an atmosphere of respect. Moreover, strategic withdrawal can enhance your reputation as a thoughtful and composed individual. People tend to respect those who do not rush to speak, but instead take their time to consider their responses. This respect can translate into influence, as others will be more inclined to value your opinions and seek your counsel in the future. Nietzsche reminds us that silence and withdrawal can serve as powerful forms of communication. They demonstrate that we are aware of the dynamics at play and are not afraid to navigate them thoughtfully. In a world that often glorifies noise and constant engagement, embracing the strength of strategic withdrawal can set you apart. It allows you to maintain control over your interactions, fostering deeper connections and more meaningful exchanges. As we explore further into Nietzsche's teachings, let us embrace the idea that sometimes stepping back is the most powerful move we can make. By mastering the art of strategic withdrawal, we not only enhance our influence, but also cultivate a sense of inner strength and clarity. Confidence is often perceived as an outward display of assertiveness, with many believing that speaking loudly and frequently is the hallmark of a self-assured individual. However, Nietzsche presents a compelling argument for a different kind of confidence, one that is rooted in silence. The silence of confidence is not about withdrawing from conversations or avoiding engagement. Rather, it is about possessing the inner strength to remain calm and composed, even in the face of adversity. This form of confidence emanates from a deep understanding of oneself and a clear sense of purpose. When we are truly confident, we do not feel the need to dominate discussions or seek validation from others. Instead, we can listen attentively, absorb information, and respond thoughtfully. This approach not only enhances our credibility, but also fosters an environment where others feel valued and respected. Nietzsche's philosophy encourages us to embrace this silent confidence as a means of influencing others. When we speak less but with intention, our words carry more weight. People are more likely to listen, when they sense that we are not merely filling the air with noise, but are instead sharing insights that are well considered and meaningful. This selective engagement can elevate our status in conversations, transforming us from mere participants into thought leaders. Additionally, the silence of confidence allows us to navigate conflicts with grace. A person who stands tall, maintains eye contact, and exudes calmness communicates confidence without uttering a single word. This nonverbal communication can be just as impactful as spoken dialogue, reinforcing the idea that silence can be a powerful ally. As we continue to explore the depths of Nietzsche's philosophy, let us remember that true confidence is not about the volume of our voices, but the strength of our presence. The silence of confidence empowers us to engage with the world authentically and meaningfully. By mastering this form of confidence, we can navigate the complexities of human interaction with greater ease and effectiveness. In the realm of human interaction, the concept of intentional communication emerges as a cornerstone of Nietzsche's philosophy. While silence can be a powerful tool, it is essential to recognize that when we do choose to speak, our words must be deliberate and meaningful. Intentional communication involves a conscious effort to convey thoughts and emotions with clarity and purpose. Nietzsche emphasizes that the impact of our communication is not merely determined by the content of our words, but also by the intention behind them. When we communicate with intention, we create a sense of authenticity that resonates with others. This authenticity fosters trust and respect, allowing our messages to be received more openly. In contrast, when we speak without thought or purpose, our words may come across as empty or insincere, diminishing our influence and credibility. Consider a scenario in which a leader addresses their team. A leader who communicates intentionally, taking the time to articulate their vision and values clearly, will inspire and motivate their team more effectively than one who merely goes through the motions. The former creates a shared sense of purpose, while the latter risks alienating their audience. Nietzsche's teachings remind us that the power of intentional communication lies in its ability to connect individuals on a deeper level. When we engage in conversations with a clear purpose, we invite others to join us in a meaningful exchange of ideas. This connection can lead to greater collaboration and understanding, ultimately enhancing our influence within any group or organization. Furthermore, intentional communication allows us to address conflicts constructively. Rather than resorting to emotional outbursts or defensive reactions, we can approach disagreements with a calm and focused mindset. By articulating our thoughts and feelings clearly, we can navigate tensions with greater ease. This approach not only helps to resolve conflicts, but also demonstrates our capacity for maturity and self-awareness. Additionally, intentional communication encourages active listening. When we are mindful of our words, we naturally become more attuned to the responses of others. This reciprocal engagement fosters a dynamic dialogue where all parties feel heard and valued. Nietzsche teaches us that listening is just as important as speaking. It is in this balance that true power resides. As we continue to explore Nietzsche's insights, by harnessing the power of intentionality, we can transform our interactions into opportunities for growth and connection. The next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember that every word holds the potential to influence and inspire. By communicating with intention, we not only enhance our own power, but also uplift those around us, creating a ripple effect of positive change. As we delve further into Nietzsche's philosophy, we encounter the concept of reflective silence, a profound practice that allows us to cultivate deeper insights and understanding. Reflective silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is an active engagement with our thoughts and feelings. In a world filled with noise and distractions, taking the time to pause and reflect can be transformative. Nietzsche encourages us to embrace moments of silence as opportunities for introspection. When we allow ourselves to be still, we create space for self-discovery and clarity. This practice enables us to examine our beliefs, motivations, and desires, fostering a greater understanding of ourselves. For instance, after a challenging conversation or a significant decision, taking time for reflective silence can help us process our emotions and thoughts. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can gain perspective on the situation, leading to more thoughtful responses in the future. reflective silence also enhances our ability to connect with others. When we engage in conversations, it is easy to become caught up in the flow of dialogue, often neglecting the importance of pausing to consider what has been said. By incorporating moments of silence into our interactions, we demonstrate that we value the perspectives of others. This practice not only enriches our understanding of their viewpoints, but also fosters an environment of mutual respect and openness. Nietzsche teaches us that reflective silence can be particularly valuable in leadership. A leader who takes the time to reflect on their experiences and the feedback from their team is better equipped to make informed decisions. This reflective practice cultivates a culture of continuous improvement, where team members feel empowered to share their insights and contribute to collective growth. Moreover, reflective silence can serve as a source of creativity and innovation. Many great thinkers and artists have attested to the power of solitude and silence in sparking new ideas. By stepping away from the cacophony of daily life, we can tap into our inner creativity and explore new possibilities. Nietzsche's philosophy encourages us to embrace this creative potential. As we continue our exploration of Nietzsche's teachings, let us remember the importance of reflective silence in our lives. By incorporating this practice into our daily routines, we can cultivate greater self-awareness, enhance our relationships, and unlock our creative potential. In a world that often prioritizes constant activity, the art of reflective silence invites us to slow down, listen, and truly engage with ourselves and others. By doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but also contribute to a more thoughtful and connected world. As we explore the intricacies of human interaction, Nietzsche's philosophy sheds light on the profound impact of nonverbal communication. Often overlooked, our body language, facial expressions, and gestures play a crucial role in how we convey messages and influence others. Nonverbal cues can communicate emotions and intentions far more powerfully than words alone. Nietzsche emphasizes that understanding and mastering these cues can enhance our ability to connect with others meaningfully. The power of presence. In any interaction, our physical presence speaks volumes. A confident posture, steady eye contact, and open gestures can convey assurance and approachability. When we embody confidence through our body language, we invite others to engage with us more openly. This presence fosters an atmosphere of trust and respect, allowing our ideas to be received more readily. Reading the room. Additionally, being attuned to the nonverbal signals of others is essential. By observing body language, we can gauge the emotions and reactions of those around us. This skill enables us to adapt our communication style to better resonate with our audience. For instance, if we notice signs of discomfort or disengagement, we can adjust our approach to re-engage them effectively. Enhancing influence. Nietzsche teaches us that the art of nonverbal communication is not just about personal expression. It is also about understanding the dynamics of the interaction. By being aware of our own nonverbal cues and those of others, we can navigate conversations with greater finesse. This heightened awareness allows us to influence outcomes more effectively, whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or public speaking engagements. In summary, mastering nonverbal communication as part of Nietzsche's philosophy empowers us to connect with others on a deeper level. By embodying confidence and being mindful of the signals we send and receive, we can enhance our influence and foster more meaningful interactions. Empathy is a vital component of effective communication and influence, and Nietzsche's philosophy underscores its importance.